What's up, everybody? It's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and to get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. So today I'm going to pretty much go over my 5-day fast, which it's currently day 3. So I'm just going to pretty much go over how I'm feeling, how long it's been, when it's going to be the full 72 hours, and maybe some of the benefits that I've been seeing so far. Okay, so let's get right into it. So currently it is day 3, and it has been about 56 plus 4 plus 5, 61 to almost 62 hours. Okay, so 62 hours I am currently on without having food, and around 7:30 p.m. it will be a full 72 hours. Okay, so 3 days completed around 7:30 p.m. and yeah, I've been feeling pretty great. You know, I'm trying to get used to just getting energy from my breath and from sunlight and from water, because water is also a source of life as well. But I'm not having too much water. I've only drinking like about a quarter of a gallon of water since I started. So a quarter of a gallon of water in about near 3 days, you know. So I'm not drinking that much water, so it's kind of a water fast as well, but it's mainly a food fast because I'm not having any food at all. Okay, this morning when I woke up, I felt the same fatigue that I felt day 2, and I felt a little weak. Okay, but that is natural whenever you are switching to a different mode of I want to say deriving energy from a completely different source instead of relying on food as a source of energy. And I pretty much just got started with my meditations and my yoga, and I felt better once again. It's pretty much like day 2. Um, a lot less hunger. You know, the only hunger that I really felt was on day 1, okay, which was just the body whining for food, you know, because the body is very limited, okay, the mind is also very limited, and they're not what you are, they're not who you are, okay, you are not the body or you are not the mind. The body and the mind are just tools for manifesting on the corresponding dimension. The body is a third dimensional tool, the mind is a fourth dimensional tool, and you are neither of them. But these are just tools you are using from higher dimensions to do what you need to do on the corresponding dimensions, okay? Um, so the body being whiny and being weak is it's nothing to be brought into concern, you know, because I'm not gonna die, okay? I'm pretty sure my body can go weeks without food, but I'm not gonna take it that far because I don't want to be on the verge of death. I just want to do a little fast here, okay? So, um, like I said, I've been feeling really well. Honestly, I've been feeling better than I do when I'm on a full stomach. Okay, one thing I've noticed as well is that on day 2, all of my mucus, the phlegm that builds up in your nose and blocks your sinuses and doesn't allow you to breathe properly, all that has completely vanished. With day 2, come day 2, it was completely gone. I had a completely clear nose throughout the entirety of the day, unless I was like laying down or something for a prolonged period of time. Then a little bit of a blockage would come, but it would instantly be relieved when I would stand up. Okay, and the same thing for today. There's no mucus at all. Okay, there's no phlegm in my nose, and it feels amazing because it allows me to breathe properly. When I'm on a full stomach, one thing that I have realized is that phlegm buildup is literally excess. It's excessive. When I'm on a full stomach, there's constantly one nose or one nostril that's blocked up, and it gets really damn uncomfortable because I can't breathe properly, so this is another reason why it feels way better to be on an empty stomach rather than being on a full stomach. Another thing is that when you're on a full stomach, you're so weighed down and you're so dense. You're pulling in you have a very high gravitational field, meaning the gravitational field is putting more pressure on your body when you're on a full stomach. And when you are not on a full stomach, when you are lighter, when your bodily or your stomach contents are completely evaporated or erased or just empty, then that gravitational force, the gravitational field, doesn't have so much of a pressure on you. You're more of a lightened. You're more in a lightened state. You're more in a less dense state, and you can actually be able to recognize the ether a lot more, which is space, by the way. It's the fifth element. Okay, where with the four elements: fire, water, earth, fire, water, earth, air, and space is the fifth, okay, which is also called ether, and is also called Akash, okay. And I've been able to pretty much perceive the spatial dimension or the spatial element more often, which also comes with higher metaphysicality, understanding higher dimension, okay. Let me see. I've been able to pretty much perceive a little bit past the veil, which is pretty much like, I want to say, the five senses. Okay, so the five senses act as like some sort of veil, like the bride in marriage events, they have a veil over their face, right? A veil over their face. Okay, and if you have a veil over your face, you cannot see things properly, right? So the five senses, they act as the same exact thing as a veil. They block you to what truly is there. Okay, because the five senses don't really exist. They're illusory in themselves. um, they are literally just part of less than 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum, which if you are experiencing through the five physical senses, which literally everybody is, okay, let's be honest, um, you are only experiencing less than 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum, which is also visible light, and visible light is also consciousness, and consciousness is also simultaneously experience. So you're only being able to experience less than 1% of all that there truly is to experience, or even more. So we don't experience anything with five physical senses. But when you start to open up the sixth sense, the mental sense or the mind, or when you start opening up the third eye, um, it will actually allow you to bring up how much you're able to experience throughout life. From 1% or less than 1% from the five physical senses, you're able to bring it up even more. And then you can start seeing things like you'll start to gain x-ray vision. You'll start to be able to see through walls, things like this, because your mind already has reference to how things are on the other side, you know. So it's all a mental envisionment. It's another eye that you're using, a mental eye or a third eye, okay. And in this way you can see through things, okay. You can see x-ray vision. If you look at the electromagnetic spectrum, I don't have a picture of it. There's many different areas of the spectrum. You know, there's ultraviolet radiation, there's X-ray, there is a ton of different areas of the spectrum. You know, that we usually use scientific tools to be able to perceive. But we can perceive all of these different dimensions of the spectrum electromagnetically without the scientific tools. We can do it just with a sixth sense or a mental sense. All right. But if you're purely living off the five physical senses, you're only going to be able to experience less than 1% of that electromagnetic spectrum. Whereas once you start opening up the third eye or the mind, and mentally envisioning using that as another eye, you can see in many different dimensions of the electromagnetic spectrum, okay. And then perception completely changes. Now I've also been feeling a lot of kundalini risings, okay. It's like every time I stand up, the kundalini pretty much rises from my base of the base of the spine upwards, and then I start to get really it's like a lightheaded feeling, but it's more a little bit more deeper than the lightheaded feeling. Everything just gets really bright, and then I start to see all these different geometries enveloping or superimposing my vision itself, and then various different colors, you know, the hues of the chakras, which is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. These will pretty much flash with different correspondences, okay, to many different want to say geometrical structures. And it's most definitely getting, it's a challenge, okay. It's a challenge, but I know that I'm safe, because I know nothing's really gonna happen. It's just part of my journey as an individual, okay, for everybody. So since I'm going on this journey individually, I can then experience it, and then I can then project it onto other people's, and then they can come into a likewise understanding, you know, casting a type of safeguard for other people's, you know, who are trying to get into this type of stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, I don't want to make the video too long, because I don't want to I just don't want to make the video too long. Right, it's just a little checkup. This is day 3, so around 7:30 p.m. it's going to be a full 72 hours, which marks 3 days. Then tomorrow is going to be day 4. I will most definitely record once again around the same time, and we'll see where it's at, you know, and we'll see if I go through with the full 5 days, which is 120 hours without food. If not, if I start feeling extremely weak, then I will probably have to break the fast. But it's going good right now. I have plenty of energy. You know, I'm deriving it mostly from the earth, from breath, from sunlight. Okay, nothing too extreme. But yeah, that's going to be it. So I do thank everybody for watching, and I hope you did enjoy the video today. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Make sure to drop a like on the video, comment down some love, comment down some inspiration, comment down some motivation, whatever you want to comment down, do it. Okay. Peace out. One love. Have a great afternoon.